Hello, movie lovers. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into Arrow Season 1 Episode 2 where Oliver Queen continues his mission of justice, and the city begins to fear the mysterious hooded archer. After returning from the island, Oliver is forced to face the law, his past, and new enemies rising in the shadows, but this time, the hunt gets personal. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump straight into the story. The film begins with Oliver returning alive from the island, but because the court had declared him dead, he went to court to return from death to life in the eyes of the law. When he arrived at court, journalists asked him to tell them about his father's death and what happened to him during the 5 years on the island. But Oliver, without giving them an answer, went inside. Coincidentally, Laurel was in the courtroom to stand as a lawyer for a girl whose father was unjustly taken from her. She and Oliver met face to face. Laurel told her colleagues that 5 years ago he secretly took her sister on a boat and returned alone. Then she left him there and walked away. Oliver, angered by Laurel's speech, came out of the court and saw the wealthy Martin Summers, against whom Laurel had filed a case, giving a false statement to journalists, angrily. As Oliver was going to his car, journalists again pressured him with questions, while Diggle was trying to move the journalists away from Oliver. Oliver started the car and left him behind and drove off. In the evening, he went to Martin Summers' workplace, killed all the guards, pinned Martin Summers onto metal, and threatened him so that when he appears in court, he would confess that he killed that girl's father. In another scene, when Diggle returned to Oliver's house, Moira asked where he left Oliver. Diggle told her that Oliver didn't want protection and drove off, leaving him. Immediately, Oliver arrived home. Then his mother asked where he had been. Oliver told her that he had been alone on a terrifying island for 5 years, and since he returned safely, she should stop worrying every time he goes out. But Moira warned him not to move outside the sight of his protection because there is an archer hunting billionaires. Diggle, on his part, told him that if he tried to bypass his protection again, he would quit himself before his mother fires him. In another scene, the police reached the place where the archer attacked Martin Summers and tried to question him about what happened. But Martin Summers told the police that no attack had happened to him. The detective asked him to cooperate and not be afraid, so they could arrest the archer who is killing many people in the name of the law. But Martin Summers said he was more worried about the case Laurel opened against him and warned him not to see him again. The next day, Oliver went with his family to visit his father's company. When he arrived, his mother proposed that he work as an executive in a building they recently built in memory of his father. But Oliver replied that he would never work in the company. In another scene, Laurel told the girl whose father was killed that they offered her a lot of money to stop the case. But the girl replied that she wants justice, not money. Laurel told her that if the case continues, her life is in danger because the man she is fighting is powerful and has police connections. Martin Summers told his superiors that if they want the job done properly, they should kill the archer. They replied that before the archer, they would kill Laurel. On the other side, while Oliver was changing clothes in his room, Thea saw his scars and asked what happened to him on the island. But Oliver replied that he doesn't want to talk about it with anyone. Thea took him outside and showed him the grave monument built in his and their father's name, telling him that for the past 5 years, whenever she was sad, she came there to release her grief. She told him that to heal from what happened, he needs to talk to someone. Listening to his sister's advice, Oliver went to Laurel's house to talk about what happened to him. At Laurel's house, while eating ice cream, he told her that his family is pressuring him to become head of the company. Laurel told him he is not a child and if he doesn't want it, he should say it clearly. That moment, Chinese mafia members broke into her house to kill her, but Diggle immediately eliminated them all. Her father thanked Diggle and told Oliver to stay away from his daughter because danger follows him. Laurel's father also told her to drop the case because that is why she was about to be killed. But Laurel said she would not drop it out of fear, since Martin Summers did not use the chance Oliver gave him. Oliver decided to give him his own judgment. On the other side, realizing the police were closing in, Martin Summers tried to flee the country, but Oliver arrived first and forced him to confess. At that moment, the Chinese mafia arrived and started fighting Oliver. Immediately, the police surrounded the place. As Oliver tried to escape, Laurel's father arrived and told him not to move. Pretending to surrender, Oliver used an arrow to take the officer's weapon and also placed the recording of Martin Summers confessing on his arrow and disappeared. The next day, Oliver's family organized a foundation stone ceremony for a new building. Laurel attended the event. When Tommy asked how she came, she told him Oliver visited her house yesterday. Tommy warned her not to tell him about their past relationship. When the ceremony started, Oliver arrived drunk, said he does not want to replace his father, and left the event. When Laurel went to work, she saw on the news that Martin Summers had been taken into custody. In the news, the girl whose father died thanked Laurel. Immediately, Laurel's father told her that he got the information from the Archer. Laurel said she admires the Archer's work, but her father said that kind of justice is not needed for their city and promised that one day he would arrest him. On the other side, when Oliver arrived home, he crossed Martin Summers' name off the list. Our scene ends showing Oliver arriving on Liaoning Island for the first time, trying to bury his father, when a man living there shoots him in the right chest with an arrow as he falls, and that's where Arrow Season 1 Episode 2 ends. Oliver crosses another name off his list. But his war is only just beginning, with enemies closing in and secrets from the island starting to unfold. The next episode gets even more intense. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more movie and series recaps every week. Until next time, stay safe, stay legendary. Bye.